morning. This is The View with Catherine Chang. Our topic today is Who Can Help Taiwan? In today's New York Times, we see an advertisement that caught the whole world's eyes. The campaign was launched after WHO Director General Tedros falsely accused Taiwan of personal attacks and racism. Over 26,000 people donated in the fundraising campaign. The full-page advertisement begins with the question, who can help? Or you can say WHO can help. Well, you can really translate it in either way. Well, by the answer, that is Taiwan. I know that we can say who can help, or you can say WHO can help. But either way, the answer will be Taiwan. And this is about how we said even after hours of the publication of the advertisement, U.S. President Donald Trump cut off U.S. payments to the WHO, which will be like around $100 million a year, accused the accusation organization falling into the enough to stop the virus from spreading when it was first surfaced in China. This letter actually comes from Taiwan, and it demonstrates the power of Taiwan. It really perfectly showed the world how Taiwan can fight back, even though we are isolated by WHO. And this is clearly stated in the advertisement. It wrote, first, Taiwan, having been devastated by the SARS epidemic in 2003 and was isolated from the WHO for years. Taiwan knows how hard it is to be isolated. Second, it points out Taiwan can help. Taiwan has provided more than 16 million medical masks to support medical workers around the world. And President Tsai tweeted to show appreciation to people who launched this campaign. Almost at the same time, we know that Donald Trump announced that U.S. funding for WHO has stopped. And he said that he will investigate the WHO's role in covering up the spread of COVID-19. Personally, I especially like the kind of idea that they really put the advertisement on New York Times, especially the sentence, who can isolate Taiwan? No one, because we are here to help. And I also like the idea. You know why? Because it's in New York. New York currently has a total of more than 10,000 deaths, and it is a time for us to help New York. Of course, another personal reason. I studied at Columbia University in New York in 1990 and got a master's degree of international affairs. I have deep emotions toward New York, and my heart goes with the people in New York. Again, who can help? Taiwan. And more than that, I would like to say Taiwan can also help WHO. Here are the top stories. Today, we have 2 confirmed cases, all imported. One of them is among the 12 confirmed cases on China Airlines CI011. And let's take a look at the New York Times advertisement. We can see that crowd-funded Taiwan can help and published in New York Times to really counter the WHO's charges of racism and about the other, how we say that we can help the world. And we can see these amazing full-page advertisement like YouTuber Ray RD. He said that, and a graphic designer, Nie Yongzhen, they began a fundraising campaign, and it began with the question, who can help? Followed by the answer, Taiwan. You can see the bottom. I can see the bottom here. This is like from black, and this is white. And we can see the sentence over here. In a time of isolation, we choose solidarity. You are not alone. Taiwan is with you. And also, President Tsai Ing-wen tweeted to encourage the whole thing. And she said, it is a great starting point. Thank you for the hard work. Hashtag team 26980. What does that mean? That means the donors, they are 36,980 donors. And we need to extend this spirit. Hashtag Taiwan can help and share our experience with the world. And also we said that former U.S. ambassador to the UN, Samantha Power, she tweeted that this is a power from Taiwan in New York Times because Taiwan is not a U.S. member, and also because Beijing has pressured WHO not to include Taiwan in deliberation. So that's what she said. She said that the whole thing, Taiwan has confirmed COVID alone and confronted alone, yet applying lessons of SARS, it contained virus and kept schools and business open. Except for that, yet the WHO spokesman, Tark, is pretty displeased about the whole thing. And really, he kind of said something like 13 points and pointing out that really they have cooperation with Taiwan. He mentioned how WHO stay in touch with Taiwanese health organizations and really share experiences for several years. Of course, what he said was truly misleading. Taiwan in Geneva really fight back by saying WHO is trying to mislead the world with pieces of information. And really, the statement did not include the entire truth. And also, I would like to show you in today's press conference in the CECC, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, they make some announcement. First, that's what they say. They said, we thank WHO for finally noticing Taiwan. Second, under pressure from China, WHO still lists Taiwan as a part of China's APEC Center. Third, since 2013, Taiwan was only allowed to attend around 57 out of 187 WHO events for no reason. Fourth, WHO refused to admit Taiwan's vaccine. And the fifth, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs really declared, saying that WHO will really have to accept Taiwan and include Taiwan in all events. That's what I said. And here I quote, all events. And Donald Trump really hold the U.S. funding for WHO, and it really comes up because you said that you didn't do well in the COVID-19 whole thing. And he said, as the organization leading sponsor, the United States has a duty to insist on full accountability. That's what he said. He said full accountability. He said one of the most dangerous and costly decisions from the WHO was the disastrous decision to oppose travel restrictions from China and other countries. And Trump also said, he said, they could have called a month earlier. They could have known, and they should have known, and they probably did not. So we'll be looking into that very carefully. And even from White House follow up Donald Trump and tweet. They tweet that President Trump is holding funding for the World Health Organization while a review is conducted to assess WHO's role in misleading the whole coronavirus. So I think this is very important. Also, from the United Senate, also 7 senators seek answers from WHO about coronavirus cover-up with China. They wrote in a letter to Tedros that they would like to understand the WHO role in the whole thing. And it's kind of sensitive. I know that this is a little bit small, but I would like to point out some of the points. The first, they said that what protocols and procedure did the WHO have before December 2019? And second, you have to outline what steps were taken by the WHO. And thirdly, when did the WHO first know that China had a case of the whole virus thing, like SARS-like virus? And fourth, they also want to know when did the WHO team first arrive in China. They also point out who at the WHO was in degree and also in charge of coordinating the whole thing. Who's the one in charge? And also they want to know the money. They said, do any members of WHO leadership receive financial compensations outside of their WHO salaries? If so, please describe. Well, I think all these items, it's like 6 items. They are like very strong hit to Tedros. United States is going after WHO. Of course, it's going after WHO because U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said during an interview that those who were responsible for both the loss of lives, the tragedy that taken place here in the United States, and economic damage that has been done around the world. And he talked about this and said he's very confident that this administration will lead the way in holding both those countries and the individuals responsible for the accountable. And they need to make sure that they push through efforts to fundamentally change. That change what? To change WHO. Now, I don't really understand why China is still blaming on others when the entire world is criticizing him. And I say that even in French Foreign Minister Julien Le Don summoned Chinese Ambassador Lu Shaye because he makes some criticism about the French organization. And the whole thing is like they kind of leave those people die from starvation. So the French minister said that some recent public statements by representatives of the Chinese embassy in France do not confirm the quality of the bilateral relationship between our two countries. Except for this, we have good news. Our masks have arrived in many countries. Like we can see that Palau and we can see Guatemala. And also we donate 300,000 face masks to the Philippines and 1.3 million surgical masks to EU countries. And over to the end, I want to say something about the Channel 26 in Argentina. They use the footage of the view and also spread our point of view. I don't understand Spanish, but we have friends and friends, and from the government official translated, you can see, wow, he really wrote a lot of the Chinese translation here. So this is about what they say about, they are cited from The View with Catherine Chang and praising Catherine's judgment that truly make Taiwan stands out. Wow, is that true? And the reporter also supported Taiwan by saying Taiwan is not a member of WHO and is long suppressed by China. Taiwan told WHO about human-to-human last year, yet Taiwan was not taken seriously. So I would say this is Shu Zhihong, Ministry of Economic Affairs in Spain. He's one of the staff. That is very good. You must have can be very fluent in Spanish. So I hope one day I can learn some Spanish. That will be the view for today. You have a nice night. I'll see you tomorrow.